Hey, 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 welcome, welcome. Welcome to Crystal's Daily Dose of Joy. Welcome, family, friends, and followers. So, just quick updates on life and just different little things. I was going to be doing a clean and declutter of the hall bathroom. I am cleaning the whole entire trailer, room by room. I do 4 areas at a time in each room. And like our bedroom, we did the vanity, the closet, the bathroom, and underneath the bed. And I just feel like the most cluttered area is the area I need to focus on first. Next is the hall bathroom. And yes, so those are 2 that I'm focusing on. It's been a very, very busy week. Monday wasn't as busy. There wasn't a lot going on, but there was a lot of little things to do around here. One of the church ladies, one of my good friends, Miss Colleen, met up with me. She gave me a little portable washer, which I did put a link in the last video, and I will put it in this video to show y'all. It's just a little portable one since I'm not able to do laundry here at home because of the tank right now. We were doing it for a little bit, but it just takes too much washer. Plus my washer's broke, and it's just something to do with the spin cycle and like a dummy me jerking on the lead. But that's okay. They're supposed to be getting our well in fairly quick. I don't know when. My landlord just got his, and I've talked about that. It's like 2 or 3 days of man labor. And so once they get that in, we should be able to do it. And a little portable one's so cute and it works great. But kind of giving y'all an update about things because I haven't been real consistent with uploading, which I'm not on a schedule anymore. I upload when I can upload and when I want to upload. I took all the really just overly silly things in my mind, the rules for being a YouTuber, out of it. Focusing on the numbers or constantly the views or having a set schedule to upload. I think my channel's done a lot better just being me and not being so geared into, ooh, you got to do it this way, because that will come within time. Our channel probably will be picked up and monetized a lot quicker for me just being myself. So many of you have reached out to me and said that you like that more in my channel versus me trying to do it like if I'm trying to add in music or if I'm trying to give you specific days I'm uploading. Did you like that? It seems more of a genuine channel and just me being more myself, and you can definitely sense when I try to switch it up, it just doesn't never work for me. The editing is something that will come in time. I'm still not where I need to be with that. But just updates on a few things. I don't go into income a lot. I do share health, but I don't dive into all the details of health, and I don't go into like politics or like too deep into relationship talk. That is more behind closed doors personal stuff, and it's stuff whether you share with a close relative or a good friend that you trust or the good Lord above. And I always go to the good Lord above, and then I have friends and I have loved ones that I talk to. So with that being said, a couple things. One, I haven't been uploading as much because we have just been really, really busy with stuff, mostly medical appointments. And my husband had an appointment today. Things went good. He is taking 2 different types of blood pressure medications, and those are twice a day. And yeah, anything he wants you to know deeper into that, he does have a channel. I don't think he uploads that he can share that with y'all or anybody that even when he's, I'm uploading or whatever, he can share with. There's a lot of family and friends we talk to outside of the platform. So everything's good. Praise the Lord for that. There's been definitely a lot for me to think about because I have female type of stuff with my health, and I've been seeing the doctor. Man, I don't know how many appointments I've had in the last year. I do have some questions, and I do have things wrote out that I will be taking to the doctor for them to really spend more time with and look at. And that is my hope, that there will be things kind of addressed a little bit better. I know that it could be part of me, I'll be 43 this year, so I know it could be part of the change. Women go through that. I think with me having high anxiety and bad nerves, and this is not something I woke up and had one day. I've always been a nervous child, a nervous adult. I guess my mom told me, and I've heard through other loved ones in the family, that I was always just a natural nervous person, and that it was hard to say how that would go for me. It would vary, and I've always sensed that. I can tell you very much so that Mason has that same nervous side in him, especially now that he's getting a little older. I see it more. And so I think when you have stuff like that, it is a little bit easier said than done to always be able to find the best coping method, or to be able to deal with things that some people do. It's not saying that you can't and you won't. You just kind of, it can be more of a challenge. So with that being said, I'm not going to dive no more into health. Thank you for all the prayers and the love and support. If you are a close relative, your friends, you already know. I also wanted to say thank you, because some of you asked me, I think either here in the comments, or some of you have asked me, so many of y'all reach out to me on Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, how does there, I guess because where I've dropped my link into the description of Facebook a good many times. I don't do it all the time. I guess it's how most of you are with me on Facebook, and I'm not upset about that at all. I'm very, very thankful. I'm very, very blessed for that. But I was just like, man, there's a lot of them, But for me, being a YouTuber is not only about just the joy and just it being a hobby, or even doing it to be monetized. I mean, yes, potentially I would love to be at some point. I feel like I've worked hard enough that one day I will, and that time is coming close and soon. But at the same time, I feel like I've done it for so long that it's just a really, really very, very special, unique way that I can't even explain into so many words, of loved ones and family and friends that I don't get to see every day. I don't get to be around. Most of you know I went back home back in 2021, and that was to meet my first grandbaby. I've never got a chance to meet my other two grandsons. The cost of living is through the roof, and it's hard sometimes. We are a family to where there is one income, and it's not because I don't want to work. There's different things that I don't, like I say, don't dive into a lot of details on the platform, and so I'm not currently working at the moment. And there's just different little circumstances that we're still dealing with and figuring out as we go. But we are blessed. We always make it through, and that's the most important part. But I have so many people, my grandparents, my mama's mom and dad. Now, my grandma is 85, and I think my granddad's 83 or 84. And my granddad looks for my channel every day, and he watches a bunch of other little channels, which I think is really cute and super sweet. But he looks for my channel, and this is one way that I get to feel connected with them. They get to feel connected with me. And I'll also see things we do in our life, the things that bring us joy, the things we might be dealing with. Yes, I could spend all day, every day, making phone calls to each and every person and just go down the checklist. But then I would have no time in the day to get other things done. And so I'm blessed. I'm blessed to see that YouTube is a place when you take the time and the energy to not get caught up in the drama, to just enjoy it and be you and bring content, not let people make you feel bad or put you down in how your channel is or how you're doing them. It is a good place to where you can connect and you can share ideas, you can share goals and dreams, you can be you and just be silly and have fun with it. And this is something that's there, so when one day, if I ever get tired of doing YouTube videos and I'm not uploading anymore, hopefully my kids and my grandbabies and my family and cousins and stuff like that will be able to look back and say, hey, this is who Crystal was. This is my aunt, or this is my such and such. And that brings me a lot of joy. It really does. So, we got an IEP meeting, and that stands for Individual Educational Meeting. That's for Mason. Mason is mild autistic and a special day autistic class. So we go twice a year, and they give meetings and kind of updates on his grades and his schoolwork. There for a long time, it wasn't even grades. He just got a report that had different goals that he was to follow, and then if the goals were met or not met. He just recently, over the last maybe year and a half, started getting report cards. and he makes pretty good grades. He does really, really good. He is definitely a lover of Jesus, and I love that so much. And yeah, he really, really enjoys school. So I do plan on doing the declutter and clean video probably sometime this week. It probably won't be tomorrow. Like I say, I've got pretty much a book wrote out for the doctor. And it's going to be my well physical, but that's what they keep telling me, and I don't know why that is. Maybe that's when they spend a little bit more time with you. I don't know. Every doctor, every clinic, I always hear it works differently, just depending on who you get to. But that's when I have a chance to really spend time and go over concerns or symptoms or different things that I may need help with, is during that appointment. And I get very, very forgetful. My train of thought goes 90 to nothing, so I'll be thinking about something and have my mind on completely something else. So I've just took notes and wrote down things for the doctor. And I just thought I wanted to jump on real quick and share with y'all. I'm not going to upload today because, like I say, we're getting ready to go to an IEP meeting here at 12:45, and it's almost a little after 10. And I will kind of give y'all an update with that. I will also drop a link. We do have a little series called Our Journey with Mason, and that's just where I'm sharing different types of videos, homeschooling back when the big giant C word, COVID, was going on. And also we have videos of Mason just being Mason, and different like social daily skills we're working on, different things like that. And I share tips and advice on how we deal with it and how we work with autism and how that goes for us. And so, yeah, thank you for everything. Thank you for your love and support. I'm just not going to upload today. I feel like my emotions will get the best of me. I am walking through some stuff that I won't be sharing here on the platform, just asking for prayers. I'm okay. I'm good. It just, yeah. These are things that with all of us, that's one thing we have to understand in society. Sometimes we think when we're going through something hard or there's a situation, and not all of us think like this, but there's a handful of people like that, like, oh, it's just the worst of the worst, and how could this be happening to me, and we want to why, or question the Savior, why, and reality is, most of us are going to different things and different trials. And different trials and tests, they will either build you, make you stronger, if you stand the faith and fight the good fight of faith, or you will break. You will break if you don't have your Savior in your heart. And that's just very important for me to say out loud, because somewhere around the world, maybe someone needs to hear that. That's how I get through my days. That's how I'm able to. Some of you are like, "Ooh, I don't see how you do it." I do the whole power hour clean thing and then a 25-minute tidy up. And some days I don't always do that, but I do that because the way my mindset is and my personality type is, I like to be a busybody. I've always been like that. I don't like to be sitting too long and just letting things roll in my head, or not doing things that I could be doing. I'm not one of those people that like to be on the go all the time, but I definitely really enjoy doing things around here. And if there's not a whole lot I got to do or I'm focused on doing, then I will find me a book, or I will find one of my planners and I'll doodle in it. Or, me and Mason will pull out a board game to play. Or, we built a, I don't know if we did a video on it. I don't think we did a video on it. We did a, was it a 500 piece? It wasn't 1,000 piece. I think it was about a 500 piece puzzle, and it's in his room. I'll actually show it. It's in his room. We actually put the puzzle together. That took us probably about a week and a half to put the puzzle together. And then, sorry, let that car go by. It was kind of loud. And then we actually took and went down to a Walmart like the following week and bought the puzzle glue, and we glued it together. We glued it together good. And I should have framed it, but I hung it on his wall without framing it. I'm probably going to have to go eventually and get a frame and put it in, and then hang it back on his wall. So I do little silly things like that. I'm not a real crafty person. If y'all want to know a little Susie homemaker, and she probably don't care if I say it, but my sister, she's doing this really cool, my mom's been telling me a lot about it, this really, really cool Halloween like tunnel type thing. And she spends money but on a budget. Like, she goes in Dollar Tree, she bought this little skeleton, she made him look scary and did all these little things to him. She does all these really, really cool little DIY type of projects and creates all these little crafty things. And I think it's really, really, really fun to watch my sister. She can bake. She loves to do craft type things. She did my I think she bought mine back when I graduated from high school diploma. I'm pretty sure she did. I'd have to ask her again. But she did her oldest daughter's like sash. It was so pretty. And then she filled in the thing with candies. And I've tried for years to try different little projects. I love crocheting. I always end up going in circles instead of straight back and forth across. But she does really good at stuff like that. She don't really do YouTube. Her littlest one, she's done a couple little videos with her. I've always told her, Kim, you should do it. But she does work. She's a hard worker. She's a nurse. So she probably don't really have a lot of time for it. But anywho, I'm going to quit yapping and talking and keep this video kind of to a minimum. I've got some stuff I'm walking through, and some of you may know, some of you may not. If you do, please keep in mind, don't put comments here. Try to reach out to me personally, especially if you know more. And I appreciate y'all. I come here but for you, for y'all, just like y'all come here for me, and I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful and thankful at the end of the day. I really, really need to start getting to a kind of just a different space, I think, for a little bit. When I say space, I don't mean like, I'm going anywhere or doing anything big. I'm me, and I don't think none of that's going to change. There's areas I definitely need to work on. This is one the Bible speaks of, knowing when to speak and not to speak, and just careful with our words. This is important. Most of you know my testimony. If you don't, good Lord knows it. And so we have to be careful with this sometimes, especially when it's with others or how we approach life. Sometimes you'll just be out and about and you'll be trying to get things done, and you'll just, not always, but most of us, I've seen this one a lot, we'll just be grumbling and complaining, waiting in a line, or because something ain't going our way. And y'all, it's just not how it works. You can do that, but you got to remember that, kindness, big heart, forgiveness, love, gentleness, very, very gentleness. The Bible speaks on a lot of things. Persevering through situations, dealing with situations when you have them, whether it's your choice or maybe it's not and it's just something you're walking through, dealing with them, because these are all like life factors that we face in many different ways. And so I hope you will all like and subscribe. I'm going to jump off here and go in, probably grab a soda, which I don't need, but I am going to grab one. Because, by the time I get back from the AP meeting, I've got a few things to do around here. My appointment tomorrow is not till 9:30, but I've got some other stuff I need to do before that time, and then some stuff I want to do afterwards. And then, what's tonight? Tonight is, I think today's Wednesday. I have the Bible study and potluck at church, watching The Chosen. So that's another reason I won't upload too. I get my days kind of mixed up, and it's not because, honestly, it's just been a busy week. Like I say, Monday, there wasn't no running around or appointments, but it was super busy because I had a lot of little things around here to catch up on. There was a lot of little things. I took the plants that I showed, and I'll try to find that video and put it in the description box below, when I was down at my mom's, the vlog down at my mom's, and I planted them in the front little flower bed here in the yard, And then I've been doing little bitty tiny things here in the yard. We don't really have a green yard, and that's okay. We can't use water out here anyways. And even when we're on well water, we don't use a lot of water to water the grounds. That was something the landlord told us not to stress about too much, because, you know, when you're on well water, it's good. The pressure's a little bit different. And yeah, most of county, I didn't even know this till maybe a year ago, but most of county and most of our street and a lot of people are on well water. Not everybody is with the tanks. There are a handful of people on the list that are dealing with this and probably waiting. I know our landlord was one that had that. He just recently got his well put in, and he lives in, I forget the name of the city he lives in, but there's a lot of people doing that, and they always provide my drinking waters, which I've showed y'all, so I'm grateful for that. So yeah, trying to think before I jump off real quick. I guess that's it. I love y'all. Bye. Be blessed.